So the big question, can we end homelessness and how?
I have full, absolute 100% confidence that we can end homelessness. We've seen some amazing work all across our country in terms of cities that have and provinces that have really prioritized systems responses. You know, we've seen a dramatic shift in the last 10 years away from just emergency care towards housing and individualized supports for people based on what they need. And so we've seen thousands of people across our country end their homelessness and permanently end their homelessness. So it absolutely can be done. We still tend to see certain groups of people who are slipping through the cracks, people with very, very complex behavioral problems. Some of our Housing First programs are simply not funded in the ways that we need them to be for people with very complex needs. And there are still programs supporting people with complex needs who are not adequately resourced to deal with the underlying trauma. And very importantly, with the cultural nuances and cultural supports that people need in terms of their spiritual healing and connection to community and language and culture. And so can we do it? Absolutely, we can. We are doing it. We need capacity in certain areas to keep up with that momentum and to stay in front. And I think the other thing that we're really grappling with and starting to get better at too is around prevention. So, you know, we know what to do when people fall into homelessness, but I still think we scramble a little bit to understand how we stop people from getting there in the first place. So some amazing work happening in youth homelessness and preventing youth homelessness now, which is amazing to see. And I think those learnings will be really important in terms of translating those to other groups like families. Families for me are the key, because if we can prevent kids from following in that cycle into adulthood, you know, finding ways to stabilize and support families in home instead of breaking them up, instead of letting them, you know, fend for themselves and continuing those cycles. I think prevention, in addition to the great housing work that we're doing, we absolutely can end homelessness.